not to catch a cold. So,
Ah, I can see you have problem in your throat. Have you
yeah,
problem? Oh God,
yeah,
unbelievable.
not
I have a problem. I have the same problem because the teacher is like a professional disease because our throat is constantly under pressure.
uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I what I did was I caught a virus that my whole family has. So, so
The
I'm hoping my voice doesn't go because then I'll have to cancel my classes or whatever.
if you have
Yeah,
problem, don't worry. We can repeat another day if you have.
exactly. Exactly. But now it's totally fine. I haven't lost it yet. And it actually doesn't hurt, but I'm trying to get sick or so I'm sleeping as much as possible and stuff like that. So, yeah, so how are
Yeah.
you doing?
Well, at home today, because out is not a good weather. Well, I think
Uh-huh.
it will be rainy very soon. Well, today I don't want to go out. I want to stay relaxing, reading my newspaper, speaking with my teacher, with you, practicing with English. It's a good
Uh-huh.
idea.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. In British English, I learned this when I was living in Europe. In British English, to have a day like that where you just stay at home, maybe you don't even get dressed, you stay in your jammies or whatever. It's called to have a lion.
No,
Have a lion. And
Eva
I
Lion.
yeah, that means you just don't leave the house, you stay at home, relax, maybe you don't get dressed, just stay home. And it's to have a lie-in. And
Ah.
my part of my family, I taught that to them, and even though we're Americans,
Mhm.
I'll hear my five-year-old nephew say, I'll see him like in the afternoon. Why aren't you dressed? We're having a lie-in.
How old is your nephew?
Nephew, this one is 5 years old.
Oh,
I have four nephews.
uh,
The oldest one is 26, and then the next one is 15, and then I have twins who are 5. So,
oh,
yeah.
it's good to speak with the nephew with the children. It's well children. Well, 5 years it's just a child, but uh, now with 5 years are more more practical than a person of 30 or 40 or 50.
It's true.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's true. They'll look at you and they'll say, "Why?" Or they'll say, "How did you know?" It will be
Yeah,
something very basic. How do you know that? You know. So
yeah. I
they're
can imagine.
they're wonderful. My twin sister has twin boys, and their older sister is 6, so it's 5, 5, and 6, and
Uh-huh.
so I spend a lot of time with them.
It's
So
it's it's very interesting. It's very funny.
yeah,
Funny.
do you have kids or nephews and nieces?
No, no, I am well, my friend children,
Uh-huh.
and I usually speak with them, play with them. Well, to be honest, to be exactly, the they are playing with me. It's
Uh-huh. Yeah, I totally know what you're saying. I know.
it's a change of perspective.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, Ronaldo, how are you today?
Hello, Orly. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very good. So it
Great.
looks like you are very adventuresome. Look at your picture. Where is that at?
Oh, I was in my vacation in a beach named Maragogi here in Brazil.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah,
that's great. And
yeah,
then,
it's amazing place, and
uh-huh.
yeah, I miss there.
Yeah, well, that's something I've always wanted to do, and maybe one day I'll get to an area that will give me that opportunity. So, so
Yeah.
how are you today? So, where's your picture located at?
Hello, I'm fine. It's in the Castleberg, in a city in the UK.
In the UK. Okay, awesome. And where are you from? What
I'm
country?
from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Awesome. Okay. And hi, Maestra. How are you today?
Hi, how are you? I'm fine.
Good. Yeah, I'm trying to catch a cold, so I was telling Mauro that I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try, but my body's telling me you're getting sick. You're getting sick. So Maestra,
Yes,
where are you from?
I'm from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Awesome. Awesome. So we have Ecuador and then Mauro. You're from. If I get this wrong, I'm so sorry. You're from
Spain,
Spain. You are from
Spain.
Spain. Okay. And then Ronaldo is from Brazil. And
Yeah.
so you are from Saudi Arabia. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay. All of a sudden I went, oh no. So welcome. So today we're actually going to talk about stress. And there is a reading. It's actually quite interesting on how stress is good for you. So let's start with a real quick a question here. First question is, what situations cause you stress, and do you consider stress as positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, why would you say negative, Ronaldo?
Because you get angry, and when we are stressed, the most part of the time you are incommodate about something,
Okay.
bother something. Yeah.
Okay. Now keep in mind when you use the word stress in past tense, it's stressed. So
Stress.
it's stressed. So you don't say the eds apart. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Hello, Araceli. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. What about you? You sound like you have a cold or something.
I'm trying to catch a cold. Yeah.
Don't try so hard.
Yeah, well, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting a cold. That's better. I'm fighting a cold. So anyway, so Araceli, what situations cause you stress, and do you consider stress as positive or negative?
Oof, a lot of situations cause me stress. Mainly, if, I don't know, everyday situations. For example, when I'm in a hurry,
Mm-hmm.
I have to do many things at the same time, like that. And I think it's usually negative.
Okay, so
May-
you consider it
Yes,
negative.
maybe it helps, but it's in the long term, I think it's negative.
Okay, Mauro, how about you? What causes you stress and
Well, when I have to prepare a new course or the day before a new course, well, it's a very stressed time. But when the course finish, well, it's like a liberation, you know. I'm free. I am feel better. I read something in the newspaper in the Guardian last week. Appeared an article about the positive stress. It's a very controversial situation. A positive stress is a level of stress that permits you study, preparing, be competitive, and so on. But it's a constantly level of stress. But well, I think it's consumes you. Oh, but it seems that this level, I don't know the psychological word, it's good. No, it's good because your physic, your body is like a worry, is like an attention, is ready to catch all the situation are all around you. Well, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am not a doctor or a psychologist.
Psychologist.
But psychology. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. And just to let you guys know, when you guys are talking, I will write down some feedback on the chat if I hear something that is that needs to be addressed. For example, Mauro, you would say very stressful time instead of a stressed time. So it's a very stressful time. So during stressful times, so forth. And also the word competitive. Competitive is how we pronounce it. Okay. So Maestro, what's your opinion? Do you consider stress positive or negative, and what situations cause you stress?
The situations that cause me stress are my job. Probably right now basically is my job, just my job. And I think stress could be positive and negative sometimes. I found myself when I'm not that stressed, to stress more for some reason. It's weird. Yeah, it's just a weird feeling. It makes me more tired.
It makes you more tired if you're not stressed?
Yes.
Okay, so you're used to being in some type of stress of some kind, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and I think different personalities are like that. And so how about you, Aldona? And hello.
Hello, teacher. Hello, class.
Hello.
So what situation causes you stress?
I think all kinds of problems cause stress. And if they are positive or negative, I think to live a little bit stressful life with problems is a little bit positive, because in this situation you've got the problems, you learn how to overcome them, how to avoid them in the future. And personally, I think stress is not quite good to me, because when I'm under stress, I used to eat lots of sweets.
Yes,
for me.
That's actually a coping mechanism. Yeah. I always need some type of carbonated drink, like a Pepsi or a carbonated something. So, yeah, we all have different mechanisms. So, yeah, and I think that stress is good as long as it's not long term. If it's short, it's one thing. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to match the expressions on the left with their definitions on the right. And so these are medical terms having to do with stress. Could I have each one be just to save my voice? I'm going to have each one of you guys read. Just first of all, read. We'll start with Ronaldo, then Mauro, then Maestro, then Araceli, and then Aldona. We'll start with the first one and just go down the list so that we know how to pronounce them. So, Ronaldo, could you read the first number one?
Okay. The immune system.
Okay, we say the immune system.
The immune system.
Yeah. So since I'm fighting a cold, my immune system right now is hopefully working overtime. Okay, yeah. Mauro.
Yeah. Geriatric medicine.
Geriatric medicine, exactly. Very good pronunciation. And geriatric has to do with the older people.
Yeah.
So, okay, number 3, Maestro.
The aging process.
Perfect. And Araceli?
Arthritis.
Okay, we pronounce it arthritis. Is how we pronounce it, arthritis. Okay, next one, Aldona.
Cancer.
And then Ronaldo.
Heart disease.
Okay, well, this one we pronounce disease. Heart disease.
Yeah, disease. Yeah, heart disease.
Perfect. Okay, Mauro.
This is a tricky. Exhaustion.
Okay, this one is exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, so we don't actually pronounce the H here, and it's exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, next one.
Surgery.
Surgery. Okay, and then Araceli?
Heart rate.
Heart rate. Good, exactly. Okay, so now we're gonna just match these. So letter A, Aldona, can you read that and as a group decide which one is what this belongs to?
Mm-hmm. A branch of medicine for or relating to old people.
Okay.
Two.
Yep.
Geriatric medicine.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, next one. Ronaldo. Disease.
Disease. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
A disease caused when blood containing oxygen is prevented for reaching the heart.
Okay. So a disease caused when blood containing oxygen is prevented from reaching the heart. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit when it comes to pronunciation with the past tense ed. Okay, if you guys can think of some words that have ed past tense. Can you guys just say some words for me?
Educated.
Stressed and allocated. Okay.
What? Wanted.
Disease. Wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other words?
Looked.
And
worried.
Worried. Okay. Anything else?
Tired.
Tired. Yeah. Ironed. And most of a lot of our words have that. Let's see if we can find process of getting speeded. Okay, so basically, you've probably heard this before, but in case you haven't, I'm going to quickly go through this. Basically, there are three pronunciations for ed. Okay. There's the ed pronunciation. There's the d pronunciation. And then there's the t pronunciation. Anybody know when you would pronounce it ed, when you'd pronounce d, and when you'd pronounce t? Any idea?
No, it depends of the sound of the word.
Yep, it depends on this. It depends on the actual word before the s, before the ed. Okay, so if it's a t, so a stressed. Which one is that? Is that ed, d, or t? Stressed.
T.
D.
Stressed. That's kind of a t.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this one would be a t because the it kind of makes it sound like a stressed. The s will, if you don't add if you don't say stressed, then it will just go automatically to the t. Okay. Next one, allocated.
Ed.
Okay. Ed. Okay. Next one, diseased.
D.
This one is also the T. T sound, or sometimes the D. Wanted.
Ed.
A T.
Wanted.
D.
Ed.
It's ED. ED. Yeah. ED, because you have the ed sound. Wanted. Looked.
T.
T. Looked. Okay, how about tired?
Tired.
D.
It's a D. D. And that's actually, it's kind of weird with our list. The D sound is actually the most common one. So we have a lot more. But how about this one? Ironed.
D.
D. Yes. Okay. And then speeded. My life speeded up like nothing before. Speeded. It's an ed sound. Okay, so if we look at this, see if we can look at this all together. Basically, the rule is here. It depends on the sound beforehand, but what sound? Actually, for this one, it's not very many sounds. You basically have for the ed sound. You basically have. Let's bear with me a moment. Oh, I cannot do this. You basically have it's T or D plus ed. So that's when you would say ed. That's the only time you would say ed. Okay, for the D sound, it's pretty much almost all the sounds. So let's go to the T. For this one, it's TD or KG plus ED equals plus ED plus ED equals the T sound. Okay, so 90% of the time, everything else except for these sounds, TD. Oh, did I say TD? Sorry, I'm gonna call that my fighting a cold. It's everything else except for these sounds, KG, TD, actually have the D sound at the end when you're using the ED past participle. So tired, ironed. We didn't do enough of those, but that's actually the most common sound is the D sound. Does everybody understand?
Yeah. So the
yes.
sound is for K, T, and S?
With an S. Okay. I knew there was one more.
Yeah, like
yes. Yes.
Stressed.
Yeah, stressed. Yeah, so, thank you. Thank you. I knew there was one more, and I added the TD, and I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. Yeah, so stressed would be the T. So, and all you have to do is just look at this, look at the word before, and you know. And it's all you have to really learn is the TD is going to be the ed sound. That's the only time that there's an ed sound. KG and T are the T sounds. Otherwise, when you're not sure how to pronounce a past tense, then you would go D sound. So, does it?
I think that the ones with a T are almost impossible to be pronounced with a D.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why it's like that. So a lot of times with these words, when you're actually saying them, you don't even say the E sound. Tired, ironed. So there's no E sound there. So, but the most common mistake in pronunciation for a lot of people is for somebody to say tired, ironed, speeded. Well, the speeded is right, but it's really common to stressed. Stressed is really common, right? We heard that a couple times today. So, okay, let's go back. I'm sorry. I just keep hearing that lately, and so I decided I wanted to quickly go through it. Okay, let's go to B. A disease caused when blood containing oxygen is prevented from reaching the heart. What would that be?
Heart disease.
Heart disease, yes. Okay, and C. Araceli, could you read that? Araceli, could you read C?
Yes, sorry. A disease in which a person's joints become painful, swollen, and stiff.
Okay. And what would that be?
I think it's arthritis.
Yes, it is arthritis. All right. And Mauro, could you read the next one?
Yeah. A disease in which cells in the body grow in an uncontrolled way, destroying normal cells and often leading to death.
Okay,
cancer.
Cancer. Yeah, so it's uncontrolled.
Uncontrolled.
Yeah, and remember this, cells. Okay, often leading to death. Okay, so which one would that be? Cancer is what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. And E, Ronaldo, can you read that?
Medical operation.
Okay.
It's a letter H, surgery.
Surgery, perfect. Okay, next one. Aldona, I'm sorry.
Cells and tissues which make the body able to protect itself against infection. Immune system?
Yes. Okay. And Chi, Araceli.
The process of getting older, I think, is the aging process.
Perfect. And H, Mauro.
Yes, the speed with which a person's heart beats. Heart rate. Sorry. Heartbeat. Yeah.
Yes.
Heart rate.
Heart rate. So in this one we actually pronounce the H. Heart rate.
Heart rate.
So it's like an art. So the E is even silent there. It's a heart. Okay. Ronaldo, can you do the next one?
The state of being extremely tired, exhausting.
Okay. Exhaustion, perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at these statements and decide if they're true or false. Then we're going to read the article systematically, and then we will know this will either be wrong or right. So there's no right or wrong here. So number one, we'll just ask one person. Aldona, can you read that?
Most people believe that stress is bad for you.
True or false? What do you think?
I think it's true.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and then Araceli, could you read the next one?
Research shows that people who have less stressful lives live longer. I suppose it's false.
Okay.
Because of the title of the class, I thought the opposite of that.
Yeah, so the title of the article makes you think that it's false. Okay. Mauro.
Yeah. Studies suggest that stress can help to prevent cancer. I think true.
Yeah, I think so too. So it's interesting. A person that lives a highly stressful life might not have cancer. So who knows? Ronaldo.
People who are stressed tend to have worse memories. I think it's true.
Okay, we'll check that one out and see. And Araceli, could you read the next one?
All types of stress are bad for your health. I think it's false.
Okay. And Aldona.
Most people know when they feel stress. I think it's true.
I'm thinking that's false, but I don't actually remember the answer. But I don't always know when I'm stressed, but I might be different than most people. So what we're going to do is we're going to read through this systematically. We'll have each one of you read a paragraph, and then we will stop at each paragraph. We will go through any words that you do not know, and also pronunciation. Okay.
Okay.
And Mauro, could you read the first? Let's do it this way. Yeah, Mauro, read the first one, first paragraph.
Okay. The number one. No? Well, Dr. Marios Kyriasis, a GP and expert in geriatric medicine, is among a growing number of health professionals claiming that stress isn't the one-way road to illness, and an early grave that most of us assume. In fact, if it's relatively short-term, it appears that stress can benefit the immune system and aging process. In addition, it can prevent disease such as also Alzheimer's, arthritis, and certain cancers.
Okay, and so don't forget about diseases. So we would pronounce diseases. Okay,
okay.
And then also heart. Can you say that? Heart.
Okay.
So okay. So are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know? Do you guys know GP?
No, what's that?
Okay, GP it's British English. We would not speak it over here on this side of the world. It means general practitioner.
Okay.
So basically, it's AKA a family doctor. So in the States, in American English, we would actually call it a family doctor, or a general doctor. But a GP is what is commonly used in British English. So very, very common there. Any other words or phrases? I think I need to get a more stressful life so I don't.
Ollie, please. Could you pronounce Alzheimer?
Yeah, Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Okay.
Alzheimer's. Okay. So yeah, Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Yeah. So is it the same pronunciation in your languages?
Alzheimer. No. In
Okay.
Spanish, neither in Italian.
Okay, so
but in UK sometimes I listen it like Alzheimer. It's a very, very, very close. I. Well, it's a little bit different. But for this reason, I asked him to you to repeat Alzheimer.
Yeah, I haven't heard the British English pronunciation of this word, so I don't know if it's different or not. So, but I would tell you if it is. So, okay, let's go to the next one. Ronaldo, could you read that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We tend to blame stress for everything from the exhausting to bad moods to heart disease, but it's all a myth. Contrary to the popular belief, stress is vital for survival. I advise people to seek out stress because it can make your life longer. It's people who have routine, uncomplicated, unchallenged lives that tend to be hard hit by ill health. Explain Kairos, who is the president of the British Longevity Society and author of the book Anti-Aging Medicines.
Okay, so first of all, as far as pronunciation, this word, vital.
Vital. Okay.
Vital. And so we advise people to live, to seek out stress because it can make you live longer.
Live longer.
Live longer. So vital, does everybody know what that word means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crucial.
Excuse me?
Crucial. Maybe.
Crucial, yeah. Crucial is one word. Important is another one. Important for survival, crucial for survival, yes. Any other words in this?
What's the meaning of ill health?
Ill health.
Hit by ill health, yeah.
Hit by ill health. That's what hit me this week. I've been hit by ill health. So basically, your immune system goes down and you get sick. So if you don't have a routine, uncomplicated, unchallenging life, you might not get sick. See, so you could say that tend to be harder to get sick or to become unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sick or become unhealthy. Okay, any other words or phrases? Okay, let's go to the third paragraph. And do you guys need me to increase this at all, or is it fine?
Sorry. What
do you want me to increase this? Make the words bigger.
No, it's okay.
It's all right. Okay. Okay, Araceli, could you read the next?
Yes. It's the degree of stress that is important. Research indicates that mild and moderate stress benefits the body by increasing the production of special proteins that nourish brain cells, he says.
Okay, so remember that mild, we actually pronounce the D sound, mild.
Mild.
Yeah, mild. Okay, are there any words in here that you do not know? Any new words? So everybody's fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Aldona, can you read number 4?
Okay. Yes, in particular, short-term stress benefits your memory and can even protect against diseases such as Alzheimer's, says Kyriazis. Some research also suggests stress may help to prevent breast cancer. Meanwhile, another study found that people who experience moderate levels of stress before surgery had a better recovery than those with high or low levels.
Okay, so I guess the key is to keep the stress moderate, not high, not low. Okay, are there any words or phrases here? Okay, all right, thank you. Ronaldo, can you read number 5?
Yeah. Researchers by Texas University even revealed that people who spend most of their lives in undemanding jobs had a 43% risk of dying prematurely, indicating that the regular amount of the pressure at work could keep the doctors away.
Okay. Any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know?
It's okay.
Okay. Now, like I've told my students for years, humor me, I'm American. Percent right here is spelled the British way. Does anybody know the American way of spelling percent? Okay, the American way actually is without a space. So that's an American English, just an FYI for there. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Mauro, can you read number 6?
Okay. If you think about it, all this is entirely logical. If your body is stressed, it is stimulated and therefore continually as its immune system tested and provoked, which strengthens it, says Kyriazis.
Okay, so it is stimulated. And then provoked. So this one has the ED sound and this one has the T sound, provoked, which strengthens it. Okay. Any words here that you do not know?
No.
Okay. All right. Araceli, could you read number 7?
Yes. The general advice of recognizing good stress from bad is asking yourself whether you feel a sense of accomplishment or excitement either during or afterwards. An overwhelming feeling, on the other hand, generally points to bad stress. If stress continues longer than 24 hours, it can also start to spoil the good benefits of stress.
Okay, thank you. Any words here for anybody? Awesome. Okay, let's go to number 8. Aldona, can you read that one?
Anne Phillips, a health psychologist, is skeptical, though, about whether people are really aware that they are stressed. When we get people to do calculations under time pressure, some participants say they found it really stressful, and yet we don't find much of a reaction. Others say they feel relatively unstressed, and yet their heart rate was up to 20 beats a minute.
Okay, so skeptical. This word skeptical. It's actually a word that I have trouble saying. It's one of my words. So, are there any words here that you guys do not know? Okay, perfect. Let's go on.
Relatively?
Okay, if something is relatively, it means it's very, where is it at? Okay, they felt relatively unstressed. Others say that they felt a more or less, sort of, a little unstressed. It's kind of a, it's more or less, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Okay. Number 9. Ronaldo, can you read that?
Yeah. It wouldn't be fair to ignore the studies that suggest short-term stress can precipitate severe illnesses, and even sudden death. Increases in the number of the victims of the heart attacks were recorded after earthquakes hit California, Greece, and Japan, and during the military conflicts.
Okay, so number of victims, and then earthquakes. Okay. Are there any words here? Does everybody understand?
It's okay.
Okay, perfect. Amalro, can you read the next one?
Yes. Dr. John McLeod, a GP and reader at Bristol University, is certainly unconvinced there is a proven link with stress. One of his studies of 5,600 men in 27 workplaces in Scotland found a low rate of heart disease and that overall in those most likely to say their lives were stressful.
So one of his studies, first of all, unconvinced. So the C.
Unconvinced.
Okay. One of his studies of, you can say 5,600 men. That's totally fine. Another way to actually say this would be 5,600 men. So.
Sorry. Could you repeat?
Yeah. With this number.
Yeah, 5,600 is not. Correct.
No, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
Oh,
but
okay.
An alternative way to say that, and sometimes it's easier for some people to say 5,600.
5,600. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it depends. Some people will always say 5,600. Other people would say 5,600. So there's two different ways of saying it. So that's good. Are there any words here? Okay. So did we get it right? Did we get these answers right? Hello, Yenny.
Hi.
How are you? Okay, could you guys, since she just got here, could you guys tell Yenny a little bit about what we just read? Can you guys give a quick review? Araceli, can you explain it to her? We just read an article.
Yes, we were reading about stress, and some doctors believe that stress is not that bad as we usually think, because it helps to prevent some kind of diseases. It's good for your immune system,
Mm-hmm.
but not every doctor agree on that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been surveys about it, and some of them show that if you are stressed during a short time, it is good for your health, but if you are stressed for a long period, it's a worse thing.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Araceli. Does anyone have anything else to add? You did an awesome job, Araceli. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now what we're going to do is check the understandings. Okay, so number 1, what typical negative effects do people blame stress for? Ronaldo, what do you think?
Let me see. What the first one, right? What typical negative effects do people blame stress for? Could you explain for me in this case what it means blame? Blame is
blame is to blame something. Is to say, for example, I am sick. For example, right now I'm catching a cold. Okay, so I am blaming the fact I'm catching a cold on a virus from my family.
Okay.
Okay, so to blame could be to find. To blame actually means to find fault.
Okay.
So when you and thank you, Araceli, for putting in the Spanish too. That might help him as well.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe depressed. The people getting depressed or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So they blame stress on depression?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think so, because they don't want to bother the family and something like that, and the people get blame of the problems they are causing on the other family or the other members of the family. Maybe that's right.
Okay. Yeah. That's what you said is actually right. Yes. Aldona, what do you think? What typical negative effects do people blame stress for? So he says depression, or we can also call that a bad mood. So depression or moods. Can you think of anything else?
Nothing comes to my mind now.
Okay.
Yes, I think the article mentioned bad mood and heart disease, but also I have heard that yes, heart disease like heart attacks, something like that. And I think many people say that if you, for example, you are getting a cold or something like that, so you are going to go with minor diseases because of stress.
So the cold, basically an illness, could cause stress.
Yes, maybe not important diseases, but
yeah. And heart disease, and people blame. They say, oh, he has heart disease. He's stressed. And I have a family where, for example, my grandmother had 12 brothers and sisters, and all of them except for 3 died of heart disease. 2 died when they were younger, and 1 actually never had heart disease. So all the rest of them died of heart disease. And so I'm thinking, I don't think they had an easy life, and I don't think it's stress. I think it's a little bit more than that. So Anyway, so illness, heart disease, anything else?
Could be a headache and anxiety.
Yeah. Anxiety.
I didn't read the article, but I suppose that.
Yeah. Basically, it says illness, exhaustion also causes. The people blame exhaustion. If you're exhausted, then maybe they will blame you for having They'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm stressed because I'm exhausted." You know, or this heart disease. I have heart disease because of stress, and so forth. Okay, let's look at number 2. What are the possible benefits of stress mentioned in the article? Mauro, can you remember?
Yeah, I think something like it's a stimulation of your immune system to contrast the illnesses and disease. If I remember, yeah,
you said that very, very well too. Stimulating the immune system to contrast the disease. Very good.
Okay.
Anybody else? So basically, the immune system, it strengthens the immune system. Anything else?
It was good also to prevent Alzheimer.
And also stress can prevent Alzheimer's and certain other diseases.
Some cancers.
Yeah.
Breast cancer.
Yeah. I'll be sure to make sure that I have a moderate level of stress for the rest of my life. But it did say that it has to be moderate stress, not long term, and not bad stress. So, okay, number 3. Who are more likely to suffer from health problems, according to Dr. Whatever his name? We'll call him Dr. Whatever. No, Kiraciz. What language do you think he is?
Japanese.
Japanese?
Greek.
I think it's Greek.
I think it's Greek, yes.
Yeah. Anybody have an idea how to pronounce it? We all have our own pronunciation.
Yes, Curiasis.
Curiosities is how I thought it would be. But anyway, who are more likely to suffer from health problems? Guys, anybody remember?
People who have undemanding jobs and relaxed lives.
Exactly. So it says people who have routine, uncomplicated, and unchallenging lives with undemanding jobs. So we're all good, right? We don't have that.
Yes.
So. Araceli, you said go on with 5 classes in a row. That's good for your health. You know, I did.
Yeah.
I did that this morning. In your morning, I had 3 classes, an hour break, and 2 more classes.
So you don't have to worry about cancer or anything.
Not at all. I mean, I was actually just thinking that in the back of my head when about 10 minutes ago. I said, okay, so what I need to do is make sure that I schedule a lot of classes at certain times. That way I'll have a moderate level of stress, but also have my students would be good students like you guys, so that I could leave feeling accomplished, like I've taught you guys have learned something, and then I'll be healthy the rest of my life, right?
Yes. I think this article was written by maybe by a boss or something like, you know.
Yeah.
Keep hard work, so you'll be healthy.
Yeah, that must be it. Must be a conspiracy. Dr. Curiasis was hired by corporations to write this so that the companies will say, see, you need to have a moderate level of stress so that you can stay healthy. That's
so
good.
you never complain. You're even happy
Yeah.
with your stressful job.
Exactly. So anyway, how can somebody recognize good stress from bad stress?
It was when you were feeling like overwhelmed, that was bad stress, and if you were feeling excited and accomplished, that was the good one.
Yeah, so good stress. Okay, so you have to, it depends on how you feel afterwards. Okay. Number 5, what evidence mentioned in the article contradicts the idea that short-term stress is healthy?
The fact that after natural disasters or like earthquakes or like that, the number of heart attacks were increasing.
Yeah, increases in the number of victims of heart attacks as a result of earthquakes and military conflicts. So anyway, let's go on. We have just a few minutes left. I want to go down to the very bottom where it has a quick discussion activity. Talking point. So let's start out with Melro. What serious illnesses are common in your country? And what are the typical reasons for this? Is it lifestyle, climate, population, stress?
Illnesses are common in my country. Well, I think, well, depression. But reason is not lifestyle, neither climate or pollution. I think it's the crisis situation in Europe.
Okay,
Well,
so the financial crisis.
Yeah, the financial crisis. Yeah, I think, and another kind of illnesses here in Spain is, well, in the big cities like Madrid, Barcelona, and so on, is cancer, is I don't remember the name of the organ that served to breathe. The
lung disease.
Exactly.
Okay.
Lung disease. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, and Ronaldo, how about in Brazil? What is the which left? What country are you from, first of all, and what about your country?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay, awesome.
The most frequently illness is measles. I don't know exactly what is the pronunciation. Measles or something like that.
Measles. How do you spell it?
MEASLES.
Measles. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, measles.
It's
a childhood disease.
Sorry?
It's a childhood disease.
Yeah, it's the most common in my country.
Do people get vaccinated for it?
Sorry, could you?
Do people get vaccinated? Is there vaccination? I'll write it down.
Okay.
Or a shot?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. They get vaccination, but in the schools or in the public hospitals, but is frequently. Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Aldona, you're from Spain as well, correct?
No, I'm from Poland, but...
You're from Poland? I'm so sorry. I thought you were from Spain. Oh, no. Yeah. You've been in my class a lot, too, and I still forget. Okay, so how about in your country? And then we'll have to call it a day.
We have illnesses like in all Europe. I would add also cancers, intestinal cancer.
like colon cancer and those kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But luckily, we don't have the Ebola virus.
Yes.
Which is so popular.
Exactly.
In different countries.
And Araceli, how about? Do you agree with Mauro about Spain?
Well, I don't know. Yes, there is an increasing number of depression, but I think the diseases, the more common diseases that make people die are the traditional cancer, heart disease, like that.
Okay.
And I also found out that we have a very long life. I mean, the expectancy of life here is really long. This is one
really?
of the yes, this is one of the longer in the world.
That's
so.
Like, yeah. Okay.
They think it's caused by the climate. It's not bad here, and also the health system. So yes, and it has increased a lot in the last 20 years. Like maybe people were expecting to live for 70 years in the 60s or the 70s, but now they are expected to live till 87, like that. So yes, it's because of the good health system and it is said of the climate.
That's really good. That's really good. All right. Well, it looks like we have to call it a day. So I hope to see you all later in another class. My next class is in 2 hours, and it's going to kind of continue the theme. It's on it's on weather. On weather and how weather. Let's see. It's and how weather changes the mood and can make you sick or healthy or whatever. So very similar theme. Okay, I'll see you all later, and thank you very much for your participation in this class, and I hope you learned some new pronunciations and some new words. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.